Have you guys ever wondered how and why such calamities, destruction, and pandemic happened for the past 10 years? And how the world governments deal with such problems? Hi, I'm Aldrin, and today is your lucky day because we're gonna talk about global governance. As we all see nowadays, all can freely travel, negotiate to neighboring states, compete with other businesses, and the delivery of services and goods are now transported globally, either by land, water, or air, in many modernized ways. Many people work abroad, especially as Filipinos, for a higher salary or income, like the OFWs, and no world government controls all of this before that somehow caused various border transaction conflicts. Through these circumstances, the growing number of problems such as terrorism, climate change, threats to nature, and the spread of diseases that causes pandemic becomes our world priority. We become blind from these problems we created and now we are slowly changing. People longing for improvement, we need an organization that can lead, that aims to achieve international order and recognizes the sovereignty of each nation and analyzes these given global activities and international problems. And this can be done by global governance. So what is being done here, and why we need to understand the idea of global governance? Here, there are four meanings from different perspectives. The term governance refers to the rule of interdependent relations in the absence of the presence of an international system such as political authority. While global governance is a set of laws, standards, policies, and institutions that establish and mediate cross-border relations between states, cultures, citizens, intergovernmental and non-governmental organizations. A collection of governance, activities, rules, and procedures, formal and informal, exist in the world today at various levels. And a cooperative system consisting of international institutions and states that are considered to be common features of governance. Merging all the ideas, global governance is to protect all parts of the world in the context of integrating all ideologies about global governance. Serves as an international rule, providing security and peace to both citizens and states, from possible misunderstandings and troubles in the future. Hence, a movement for political cooperation among cross-border stakeholders aimed at finding answers to issues affecting various states or regions around the world.
Now, related to this is the rise of international organization in global politics. As we all know, there are existing organizations in global politics, namely the ASEAN, IMF, WTO, WP, and UN, which all of these are a high-profile international organizations that the Philippines and most sovereign states are members. What is an international organization and what's its purpose? An international organization, also called international government organizations, is the opposite of the international non-government organizations, an institution with a formal procedure and a membership comprising 3 or more states viewed as instruments, arenas, or actors. This said, organization is considered as a key element in global governance arrangements, especially in the process of solving the cooperative problem that lies at global governance that is usually facilitated by IOS. To give example, let's talk about the UN or United Nations. The United Nations is considered the world's leading international organization that has a very essential part of the global political arena. UN was founded on October 24, 1945, known as UN Day by 51 countries, of which the Philippines was one of the 193 founding members. The United Nations can take steps to maintain international peace and security, protection human rights, provide humanitarian aid, promote sustainable development, and respecting international law. How exactly does the UN work? Well, the UN is divided into 6 main organs, and let's start. First up is the General Assembly in all 193 member states represented in the General Assembly. It acts as the main deliberate, decision-making, and representative body of the United Nations. Second is the Security Council, work on as responsible for maintaining international peace and security that has 15 members, 5 permanent and 10 permanent members. Third is the Economic and Social Council, which serves as the central mechanism for UN activities in the economic, social, and environmental issues that has 54 members, elected by the General Assembly for overlapping 3-year terms. Fourth is the Trusteeship Council, disestablished in 1945 by the UN Charter to provide international supervision for 11 trust territories, ensuring the adequate steps to take and prepare the territories are self-government and independence. Fifth is the International Court of Justice. This acts as an important judicial organ of the United Nations. It is made up of 15 magistrates elected jointly by the General Assembly and the Security Council. The purpose of the court is to resolve legal controversies and provide an advisory opinion to other organs of the United Nations and to specific agencies that request it. Lastly is the Secretariat. The persons consist of the Secretary General, who is the Chief Executive Officer, and tens and thousands of United international staff who carry out the day-to-day work of the UN following the mandate of the General Assembly and the other key members of the organizations.
What's its role in global politics? In the international organization of the operation, the United Nations has a greater comparative advantage in both identifying and advertising global concerns. And as a world organization, it serves 4 essential roles, such as managing knowledge, developing norms, formulating recommendations, and institutionalizing ideas. How the UN deals with global issues. For more than 70 years, the United Nations has faced many challenges. It also includes limitations imposed on various institutions and programs by the need for respect to state sovereignty. The refusal of states to cooperate limits influenced the United Nations. Security became their biggest challenge, and it is believed that the United Nations is active in these types of global issues, such as refugee protection, entertainment, terrorism prevention, human rights disarmament, economic and social development. The main widely accepted mission of the United Nations is the maintenance of peace and security, administered by the Security Council as the main body. Example of a current issue: the maritime dispute in the West Philippine Sea. Similarly, the growing threat of maritime conflicts has challenged UN authority over member states, increasing tension and continuous display of the Eastern Mediterranean coastline from the South China Sea. The controversy is about a group of almost uninhabited islands in the East China Sea, Parcel in the northwest and Spratly in the southwest, Macclesfield Bank in the northwest, known in China as the Xisha, Nansha, and Songsha Islands, respectively. One of the main petitioners, China in Taiwan, claims all the islands, while Brunei, Malaysia, Vietnam, and the Philippines claim some of them, especially those near the coast. After the 2012 Scarborough Showdown, Filipino fishermen were forcibly returned by China's maritime surveillance vessels, and artificial islands were built on top of the disputed islands. However, when a court ruled in favor of the Philippines in 2016 and China violated the Philippine sovereignty, China was absent throughout the proceedings and refused to approve the case. According to Clear 2017, this makes it more difficult to resolve, as the legal mechanism for arbitrating offshore borders remains underdeveloped, and many states are reluctant to transfer authority over these issues. In general, global governance is a very important aspect when discussing peace, order, security, harmony, rights, and maintaining relationships in all countries. This serves as our way to resolve cross-border disputes and later make decisions about them in Parliament. This has been a great help to all of us in avoiding possible future wars, adversities, and difficulties. Effective global governance cannot be achieved without effective international organizations, said earlier, like the UN and the ASEAN, recognizing it while facing growing interdependence so that we can witness a growing demand for better solutions to global problems that could somehow help us to attain a comfortable and peaceful life.